Can I come to Rishika Barua on that? Because there's a sense, Rishika, there, you're in Connaught Place. Now, is there, you've been talking to people. Have they been talking at all about Mehengai? Because there are two ways to look at it. When you compare in our polls to 1 year ago, Mehengai was the #1 issue on people's mind. Today it isn't. And Mr. Modi has time and again claimed that's one of the achievements of his government. He's brought inflation under control. Are people, you've been going on the campaign trail, did people raise the issue of prices at all?
Absolutely, Rajdeep. Prices have continued to dominate the discourse on the streets. And, like we've been talking since the morning, the real janta who comes out and vote are unfortunately or fortunately not people like you and me who are the deciding factor. But the real Aam Aadmi who does come out and vote, price rise is an issue that continues to dominate the discourse, and voices from the ground, at least in Delhi and in parts of Delhi that I've been to this time around, which I didn't even know existed. People have actually come out and said that, Modi did promise that prices would come down, but he hasn't lived up to the promise. So in a sense, the expectation from Modi was so high that if he hasn't lived up to that high an expectation, people, tend to believe that he hasn't done anything at all. People tend to be disgruntled. But I'd also like to point out over here that in the same breath, people have talked about corruption as an issue. So clearly that discourse, which through the media, through the Aam Aadmi Party or the anti-corruption movement, the corruption discourse is also something that has been driven in the minds of the Aam Aadmi, Rajdeep.
Okay, so, you're getting, and what is the kind of voter turnout there? You're there in the heart of New Delhi. Is voting picking up?
Early this morning it was really slim. Till about 9 o'clock there were barely any people, but we have seen an increase in voter turnout in New Delhi, and I was in fact travelling in some parts of Old Delhi as well just a short while ago. There of course the momentum much higher than New Delhi. New Delhi constituency seems to be waking up a little late.
Okay, New Delhi, it's the Indian story. The richer you are, you have the luxury of waking up late, and therefore you can go to vote after 1 p.m. I'm going to go to vote in a little while from now, the moment I break out from the studio. If you're out there and you're in Delhi, go out and vote. And remember, this is an election where you should vote for whoever you think is going to be best for Delhi, whether it's Kejriwal, Kiran Bedi, Ajay Markan. The choice is yours. This is the one day I keep saying where the Khas Aadmi and the Aam Aadmi have the same power. So go out there and vote for whoever you think is the best person to lead Delhi. Let's come in with plenty more in a moment as we see pictures of the Lieutenant Governor also having cast his vote. Back in a moment. Continuing coverage here of the big Delhi showdown. Okay, Simi Pasha is joining us, and I hope our reporters will now start bringing us more newsmakers as the day goes on with them, because remember, accusations are flying thick and fast. Simi Pasha has been with Ajay Markan through much of the morning. Interesting, Simi, the BJP and the Congress are making accusations against each other, but I don't hear the BJP and AAP are making accusations against each other. Not a word from the Congress at the moment.
Absolutely, Rajiv. But this is what Ajay Markan also told us in the morning when he'd come to that polling booth to cast his ballot. He said the Aam Aadmi Party and the BJP have constantly been levelling allegations against each other. And he said that he hopes that people in Delhi would see through these accusations and realize that these are all publicity stunts. He's saying that he's actually hopeful that this will work to his advantage, which seems unlikely according to political analysts at this stage. But that's why the Congress is keeping silent. We try and also get you some newsmakers through the day. We're going to keep coming back to you. We've also been moving around Delhi. We went to Sarita Vihar. We went to New Friends Colony polling stations. People actually consulting with each other before casting their ballot to ensure that there is a huge group voting for one particular candidate. Because as far as the ground situation is concerned, the feeling is that a big group comes out and votes in favor of one person. Also, Rajdeep, it's important to know that people on the ground are also voting for individuals, not just parties. Because a lot of times people may be standing as independents, but if they get enough support, they may support the majority party. For example, Asif Mohammad Khan fought as an independent candidate last time and ended up joining the Congress party. He's somebody who still has a lot of support on the ground. But of course, the Aam Aadmi Party has emerged as the other big contender as far as minority pockets in the capital are concerned.
Right. Okay. So the Congress not making accusations. That's interesting, because it appears almost that the Congress, usually those who win the fight are the ones who make the accusations. I would have expected the Congress to be out there. It appears, and this is one of the stories of this election, as we play those shots of candidates and Sheila Dikshit there casting a vote. This was the city of Sheila Dikshit. For 15 years, the party seems to have gone. 15 years, you were the dominant party, you've gone. I mean, what has gone wrong, TR, with the Congress party? I mean, should they have put Sheila Dikshit there? Should she have been there, at least in some form? I haven't seen her face anywhere.
Well, you know,
It's either Arvinder Lovely or it's Ajay Makan. It's almost a generational shift, yes. But you could have used Sheila Dikshit surely much better.
well, they could have, but the tradition of the Congress party is, as chief minister, if you have lost, they've given her 3 terms, which itself I think is a big favor that the High Command has done her.
You know, apparently she's speaking to us. Let's listen into Sheila Dikshit. We have a play out of Sheila Dikshit talking to our correspondent, I'm told.
मैम फिंगर प्लीज
दिल्ली के पूर्व मुख्यमंत्री और कांग्रेस के वरिष्ठ नेता शीला दीक्षित इस वक्त हमारे साथ हैं। इन्होंने अपना वोट डाल दिया। मैम वोट डाल लिया। कहाँ खड़ी दिखाई दे रही है?
कहाँ पे हूँ
चलो अगेन
Voters missed you this time. Many feel that you didn't campaign as much as they would have wanted to see you because you've been such a successful chief minister for Delhi.
No, I did do campaign. Wherever I was asked, come along and campaign for us, I did it.
But you asked enough, ma'am, because the voters didn't see you out there. We didn't see you out there.
Because you didn't want to cover me.
Ma'am, I did. We tried to call your office every day and you didn't have an... All right. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Sheila Dikshit evasive on the fact that why she didn't go out there and campaign like most expected her to. She said she went to campaign whenever she was asked. Was she asked enough? Well, that's the question which remains to be answered with camera person Himanshu Sharma, P.T. Chaudhary for Headlines Today.
That's exactly it. You know, why does a 3-time chief minister need to be asked? She should have been one of your faces. I mean, the Congress had those 3 or 4 Rahul Gandhi road shows and that was it. It was almost as if Ajay Makan had decided, change of guard, I don't need Sheila, I'm going to fight this election on my own.
Well, that's what...
I mean, the past few months, if you see, has really been the story for the Congress party, the story of its own factionalism that ruled. Sheila Dikshit was allowed to be the chief minister, but always hemmed in from the Home Ministry and from the Urban Development Ministry. That battle comes out in the open, and there is definitely a strong section of the Congress that's very, very wary of its own chief minister.
Is it the end of the road for Sheila Dikshit? Quickly, is it? It's basically retirement. The message of this election is from the Congress leadership to Sheila Dikshit. Thank you very much for 15 years.
Yes.
Now you sent you as Kerala governor. Now you've retired. You can live in Nizamuddin nicely for the rest of your life. Thank you very much.
And this is not a wrong message.
It's not a wrong message at one level, but you could have still used her.
But the way it has been given,
yes,
it is bad not only as a courtesy, but it is also bad as a political strategy.
Okay, so it's bad even as a courtesy, it's bad as a political strategy. T.R. Ramachandran, Purushottam Agarwal, Manisha Priyam, appreciate your joining us. Remember, right through this day, several guests will join us in the studio. This is where you'll get more insights. We want to give you less noise, of course, on this channel. More insights is what we want on election day so that you get a sense of what is happening out there. And we're going to go to each and every of the newsmakers. Remember, a reminder again, and we'll play that at 6 p.m. today. We will start with our build-up to our big exit poll. This is the Cicero India Today exit poll that's coming up at 6 p.m. today. So look out for that. There's plenty more ahead here on Headlines Today. Capital Showdown on your election destination, the battle for Delhi.